I'm really excited about the win today, but just in offensively was never on rhythm. And you win a game, and I just never felt like we were just in total control of the defense. We were able to create turnovers and get the ball, good opportunities for our offense to take the ball down the field and go score. But wasn't able to move it in the run game. You like to be balanced on offense with the run and pass, and then miss some throws there in the first half. But feel good about it. It's a game that we can really correct. It's really a good game for us to correct, because now that we can go back to work on tomorrow, and I told our guys we'll go back tomorrow, make the corrections on tomorrow, and we'll go back to work tomorrow evening and get ready for Kentucky.
Have you guys just set the standard too high for the offense? Because I talked to Sean Watson coming off, and he sounded almost like you guys lost, because it was a couple of field goals instead of touchdowns, a couple of punts in the first half.
Well, you always talk about raising the standards, and you know what you have just potentially on offense. You know the weapons you have, and when you get the ball down in red zone, you like touchdowns instead of field goals. And we missed opportunities there, and we had guys that were open. We did not make the throw, and then we just weren't able to move them off the ball. You get the ball down there one time. I think it was second. We had the ball on the 4-yard line, so Norris hits a big run there, and then the ball's on the 4. And we end up with a field goal there, but we have to score when we get the ball there, and we want touchdowns.
What wasn't working with the winning game today?
I just stand on blocks, and our offensive line just got to do a better job just stand on blocks, and the guys would escape off the block, and you feel like that, initial contact, they're locked up and they're moving the guy, and then he'll come off. But we got to create the seams, and we didn't create the seams.
With those mistakes, do you feel like you almost learned more about your team today than you did last week?
Well, I said to our team right before the pregame meal, I said today we're going to see what type of football team we have. And if you can go out here today and just play a good, clean game, then we'll know that we're taking the steps to be a really good team. And that didn't happen. And you would like to see that happen just because we feel like that we have made a move and we raised the standard and we've taken another step. Then we would have went out there today and taken care of business, which we did do.
Defensively, pleased with the effort and flying around.
Well, we flew around. We created some turnovers, but then we still give up a big throw there. And when we jump outside, you still got to play the ball, and we just kind of stood there and let the guy go up and catch it. Then the guy threw the ball up overhead for a touchdown, and you just can't give up those throws. But we were able to create turnovers. Got a lot of lost yardage plays, but still we can play better.
Burgess continues to make plays, and he almost had that pick six. It seemed like you said something to him right after he missed that one.
Well, I told him to catch the football. I mean, it's simple. I mean, he breaks and makes a good break there. He just catch the ball. But Burgess does, and he just continues to improve. Stripped the ball there. Then one he took down the sideline and allowed it back to Pryor, but Pryor stepped out of bounds. But Burgess is really, he's one of those players that can make plays just because we keep him covered up. He's very athletic. When we do blitz, he's a guy that we can put in man coverage and they can go cover.
Could you talk about the play of Lorenzo Malden and how he's played since he's come back from the run accident?
Malden had a good day, but one time, with Malden, it's all about he thinks every down's a third down where he wants to run the field and rush the passer. But no, he's doing a really good job.
Was there a time when you first heard about his accident were you generally concerned, and did you worry he could be out for a while?
No, when I first heard about it, I was sitting upstairs and I jumped up out of my seat and raced down there as quickly as I possibly could, because anytime you hear one of your players getting hit, you're totally concerned, really concerned. But once we got down there, the doctors had checked him out and felt comfortable with what the doctors had said, and I knew that if he could play, he would play.
Fourth down, Teddy, I guess, can't call off the punt team?
No, you can't call up the punt team, not in that situation. Where that ball was, a minute and 10 left before half, and we were on our side of the 50. No, we're going to punt that football.
What did you tell him after that?
I just said, get off the field. we have enough coaches. We have enough coaches on staff. Get off the field. Punt teams come in. You don't send them off the field. Then we almost, and we got a turnover. You remember, we go down there, and then we almost picked the ball up and go score. Marcus, the guy undercut him, and we had a chance.
Do you think maybe he was too zoned in on NASCAR? He had the keys to the car at that point?
Well, then sometimes you got to take your keys away from your kids. So you take them away sometimes, and that was one time we had to take them.
Coach, it looked like Teddy looked at the tight ends a little more today. Joe Christian had a nice game, had his first touchdown as a guard, and Ryan Hubble had a nice catch there in the first half as well. Do you anticipate utilizing the tight ends more in the pass game, maybe some two tight end sets, or what can you talk about that?
Well, really, the coverage dictated where the ball was gonna go, so when they played with porters, so the middle of the field is open, so if you could push vertical and get outside routes, you make a safeties get off the hash, so the throw was there. So he made it to with Hubble, and then he was able to hit Gerald, then he missed one throw down the pipe that we thought we had. But, and then that's when he hit, threw the long pass to Devontae, remember one right before I had 40 in the end zone. But we had that throw whenever they give us that coverage.
Talk about Devontae's play and just keeps making plays.
Devontae's a playmaker, and you look at that throw that we threw down in the end zone where he's able to just jump up because he's so athletic and jumped up and took the ball off the top of the defensive back's head. Then he's fast enough where he can stretch the field, which he did on that post route. But he's an exciting player to watch.
Was it good for you to play a quarterback like Jared McClain there?
Yeah, the thing about McClain, it was very athletic, and we knew we had to just keep him in the pocket. There was a couple of times he broke out, and you watch it when he broke out how athletic he was, where he could actually come up. You know, he was able to stretch the field and make us miss, and then get it back across the field. But when you get a quarterback like that, you got to keep him contained and keep him in the pocket.
Charlie, Teddy played all 3 quarters in the first series of the fourth quarter. Was there a certain point that you wanted to get to today? Or is there a reasoning behind it?
Well, I just didn't think offensively that we were in sync, and we came out early if we thought we were, and we just wanted to try to get back out there and run the ball. Then we said, hey, take Teddy out, and let's try to establish the run.
Do you ever go, hey, Watt, we need to get the ball to Devontae more? Because when he touches it, it's like a touchdown every time.
It's so hard because, you got Devontae there, but then you have 7 sitting on the other side also. And then, you got the guys inside with Eli and 4 sitting inside, and then with the tight ends playing as well. But you allow the quarterback just to find the open guy, because, the thing about Teddy, he'll tell Devontae, he told me, I don't know how many yards Devontae ended up with. What was it, 134? He told me before the game Devontae would have 200 yards. So he said, Coach, you'll have 200 yards a day. And he ended up with 134.
What do you think the reason why he said that was?
It's just because of the coverage dictated where the ball was going to go, and he felt like that he would get him open.
Yeah.
And, he missed him on a couple of throws, probably would have had close to it.
What kind of grade do you think Teddy's going to give his play today?
Teddy, probably not very good because he's so hard on himself.
Mm-hmm.